On this episode, custom H&R Pardner build. Since Shooting Sports Hawaii was doing an upcoming episode featuring an H&R Pardner using some of our parts, we opted to do a build here of our own. After the panic buying in 2013, we finally have gotten around to having some time to do some demo guns and put some stuff together. So here we go. On this shotgun, we're going to have a 20.5-inch overall barrel when we're finished. We're going to install a KA-1212 on this. As it sits, the barrel's 18.5 inches, as you can see here, so there is no need to do any cutting or whatnot. The KA-1212 will add exactly 2 inches to the barrel, so we will have a 20.5-inch barrel when we're done. All we're going to do is remove this bead. We're going to scribe a line so that the pre-drilled and tapped hole in the KA-1212 for the bead is correctly lined up. So we'll take this bead out, scribe a line. When we solder everything in, everything will line up. We'll put a new bead in there, and everything will be good to go. Another one of those slight differences between the Pardner and the Remington 870 is the barrel diameter. The barrel diameter on the Pardner is about .870 versus .885 on the Remington 870. So rather than using a Remington break or breacher, we are going to use one for a Mossberg at .865 and resize it to .870 on the lathe. In preparation for silver soldering, we're going to sandblast the barrel and the brake so there's no oxides, paint, or any other kind of finishes getting in the way. Now that the metal surfaces have been prepped for assembly, we now liberally apply flux to the mating surfaces and put everything together on a stainless heat sink. Apply heat evenly to the mounting collar area of the KA-1212, not the barrel, and continue heating until it is hot enough that the silver solder will flow. This is usually a dull to low red if using high-temp silver solder like that required for permanent attachment per the BATF. Apply the solder to the seam and continue heating and adding solder until it flows all the way around the barrel and down to the internal shoulder on the mounting collar. Be careful not to apply too much heat to the barrel itself, since the barrel wall itself is so much thinner it is very easy to overheat it. By heating the mounting collar and the heatsink, the solder will flow very easily without damaging the barrel. When finished, allow the barrel and heatsink to air cool for about 30 minutes before rinsing the flux and continuing work on the finished assembly. Now that the soldering work is done, we will now sandblast the exterior of the barrel, particularly along the solder line at the mounting collar, to clean up any exposed solder for a clean finish. All other steel parts such as the receiver and bolt will be sandblasted as well to prepare for parkerizing. After sandblasting, carefully blow all dust and grit off the parts and degrease them with alcohol or another non-residue solvent. The parts will then be parkerized to provide a strong primer of sorts for the Duracoat, Cerakote, or whatever other spray finish we choose to apply. After removing the parts from the parkerizing solution, rinse them thoroughly in hot water and blow them off with compressed air. At this point, we'll apply Duracoat to the dried and parkerized finish and allow it to air cure for a day or two. After everything is coated, we use the bore hone and polish the interior of the barrel to a bright shine. This will make the barrel less prone to fouling and easier to clean. Now everything is ready for assembly. Okay folks, we got it all done. Everything's been parkerized and Duracoated in gun blue. That was the color we opted for on this build. Even the bolt and all the internals and everything's been done. The KA-1212 has been installed on this barrel. The barrel was 18.5 inches before we installed it. It's now 20.5. So this will be a 7+1 build. We have a 7-shot Wolf XP mag spring, an S&J Hardware machine Delrin follower. We're going to use a 4-round side saddle on this because we're using the Blackhawk NRS stock set, and the fore end on this thing slides back over the receiver a little bit and interferes with a 6-rounder. We could miter cut it. We're not going to tackle that on this project. And we have a high-vis front sight that will screw directly into the 648 bead hole that's already drilled and tapped in the KA-1212. And we have our custom length mag extension that we featured on the other episode. We'll show you how to do that step by step if you want to do that at home. And we're going to be using, I said, Blackhawk NRS stock set for a Remington 870. Stock sets on these interchange with the 870. There is some differences between these two, between the 870 and the Pardner, but the stocks do interchange. So we're going to get this assembled and we'll be back. One of the first things we're going to have to do is we're going to get in here and grind these tabs out a little bit on the fore end. The action slide tube arms on the Pardners are usually a little wider than they are on the 870, so sometimes the fore ends won't fit right. So we're going to go grind that and then we'll be ready to continue with the installation. Okay, we'll ground that down a little bit. That lets that slide up in there now. Okay, we got the fore-end ground and put on. Now we're going to slide the fore-end nut on there very carefully. This job, we got a little mag pull tool they use for their fore-ends that works really good on these. It's nice and nice plastic part too, so it doesn't scratch up the mag tubes. Alright, fore-end's in. Alright, now we're going to put the side saddle on. What I do is take a little drop of red Loctite, screw hole on the side saddle. That'll help keep that from walking off. Take the two supplied screws and we'll put those in place of where the trigger group pins went. Okay, that's done. Now we're going to install the barrel. We're going to put the slide halfway back. Drop the barrel into place. That's done. Now we need to load the S&J mag follower in there. The Wolf extra power spring. And our custom length mag extension. Next step is to install the buttstock. The bolts up in here. The stock set includes a long Allen key. Easiest way to do it, pull up on the lever, just remove the buttstock completely from the pistol grip assembly here. Slide that up in there. Carefully get it threading. Got that tight. Got the buttstock installed on there. Now we're just going to thread on the front sight. Now we're just going to thread on the front sight. Now we're going to thread on the front sight. Alright, and it's done.
Smells like victory.
Another one done and ready to go to the range. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for new episodes covering other frequently asked questions and unique builds.
You'll see your sins in my vengeful eyes, 'cause I'm the